This is video 3. It's 3:10 p.m. 04 April 13th, 2014, and I'm talking about the government intrusion violating capitalist system. I saw this on April the 11th on Marianne Williamson. She's running for Congress, and Eva Longoria did a support video for her. And there was a guy that made a comment to one of my comments, because I made a comment on that video a while back. And he said something about NDAA law, so I looked it up. I guess it's the National Defense, some kind of laws. And I looked it up, and my thing is this. The government intruders who violated a capitalist system and forced me into poverty, you fall underneath that law. That is an act of terrorism. That is an act to violate freedom itself. This country equals freedom. When you take that away, we no longer have a free country. It's either communist or fascist or both. Pick your word. That is an act of terrorism. Why aren't they being detained under that law? Because I'm reading that law and I'm saying, okay, then every government intruder involved in forcing me into poverty has committed a terrorist act. You should be detained and charged with treason, because it's a treasonous act. Why aren't they being arrested? Why aren't those lawmakers in Arizona that made those hate laws being arrested and detained as terrorists? That's what terrorism is. That's American terrorism, to take away freedom, to create a totality, a one-party system, unionized with religion like Putin, but that's what you're doing. So so I'm hereby on this, again, making a citizen's arrest. Every government intruder involved in violating a capitalist system to force me into poverty, to create propaganda, to keep me into a detainment for speaking out against the Bush administration, I hereby make a citizen's arrest against you. I want you detained under the NDAA law. And why aren't they should be immediately arrested? Because you, lawmaker, you judge, you person who says you love America and are in the government, are taking away freedom, are violating freedom, and that is an act of terrorism. So again, I'm making a citizen's arrest against you. Who has courage? Who has courage to look at these videos and to say, but that is terrorism, Dominic? Why aren't they being arrested? Why aren't they being detained? I want them detained and to feel the technology that the intel community has made and nobody's declassifying. I mean, why am I not seeing GMA come up with a story that says, look, we found the tech and this is what it is, and it actually has a long range now. It's actually better than the PBS documentary. Why am I not seeing that documentary? Why isn't anybody talking about that? I don't know. I'm so censored. Again, violating freedom of information. I have a right to know who supports me and who doesn't. I have a right, so I don't want to like anybody that supports, that doesn't support me. I want to, I mean, God forbid I'm liking somebody and they don't support me. I mean, my gosh, I have a right to know that. I mean, I've been violated too many different ways, folks. Again, the citizen, you'll pay for it. You are the taxpayer. I want these lawmakers, judges, law enforcement, anybody involved in this, detained under that law as an act of terrorism to violate freedom itself. Why aren't they being detained? And then they can say, oh my gosh, Dominic, don't do that. Oh, that's not fair. That's not a free country. I'm sure that's what they would say. That's not America. You can't just do that. Wait, what happened to me? What are you doing this to me over? I don't like Bush. I don't like that administration. I'm pointing out too many bad things. That's not illegal. You can't detain me for that. And you've created some kind of propaganda, and I have a right to know what it is. And to say, guess what? You will pay for that. False propaganda equals fascism, equals communism. It's the same. You're liable criminally and civilly.